Outopia? Uh-oh, is it gonna make the map look bad? Yeah! Oh my god, I called it! Oh boy. I don't know if I'm well armed enough. French toast? Yeah, he probably was tired. That seemed like a very tired person thing to say. Ooh, okay. I don't see a lot of cavaliers, so I think I'm gonna do the... What the fuck? Whoa. That looks good. Okay, throw out the worn out Nosferatu. Oh, and I got the warp. Throw out the torch. Even though that's probably more... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, something tells me I wasn't supposed to give Marky Joe so many things. Whoa. What the fuck happened to you, Eliwood? That survived the Fire Emblems. Man, there's so many references to my own Fire Emblem hacks in here. It's pretty fucking hilarious. Alright, good. Nino can survive. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. I have the B rank. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's do this. What? Are you fucking serious? I have prehensile hair? That's pretty funny. What's not funny is... Oh, Jesus! Guys, I'm going delirious.
Hey, it's me, Marky Joe, here to entertain you. Yes, it is my show. It exists. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Yeah.
Part 1 of this submission shows that its creator, Alusq, is a talented and dedicated Fire Emblem hacker. Things such as the music sounding like a goat singing, and the scene with Sophia and her haircut really show the attention to detail and the care that went into this. Unfortunately, Part 2 is littered with design oversights so severe that this submission might ultimately be disqualified. The reason why I am doing Part 2 in post-production is because this contest, at the end of the day, is about making funny videos and giving hackers a chance to show off their talent and cunning. Besides a select few moments, the live footage for Part 2 is more or less unwatchable, and thus here we are. Allow me to describe what is going on. Your goal is to defeat Snarky Joe. He doesn't show up right away, however. You need to get through the giant Eliwood first. Eliwood has an attack that is 1 to 3 range, deals a fixed 26 damage, and for all intents and purposes, it has perfect accuracy. In addition to this, he has very high durability stats, and as far as I'm concerned, there are no weapons that deal extra damage to him. Eliwood will stay in place for a while, but after enough time has passed, he will start chasing after you. In theory, the best strategy here is to train up your units and promote them using the earth seals located in all the Part 2 chests, so that they are strong enough to handle Eliwood before he ends up cornering you. In practice, however, I found this strategy to be highly impractical, and there are a lot of reasons behind this. Firstly, when you are brought over from Part 1 to Part 2, your unit's positioning does not get adjusted. The coordinates they had at the end of Part 1 are their starting coordinates in Part 2. Because Part 2 uses a different map with many closed-off spaces and areas that put you immediately within threat's range, it is very possible for any of your units to end up in a spot where they are completely unable to move or do anything, or in a spot where they are unavoidably going to die. Thankfully, Alusq provided us a rescue staff, so if any unit is stuck but not in immediate danger, it is possible to save them. Other times, however, they are just too close to danger and too far from mark that it's just not going to happen. Now, since Part 2's positioning is based off of what you had in Part 1, you could feasibly memorize the safe locations in Part 2 and adjust your unit positioning in Part 1 so that things are much more favorable. But the game doesn't tell us this, and no readme was included, and this could very easily count as cryptic. Loosely speaking, that's 2 Ragefest rules being potentially broken here. So that's the first thing that makes training up your entire team for Eliwood unrealistic. The second is because even when I did attempt to train up my team, Eliwood was simply too powerful. With a trained up Lowen, I was only able to deal 4 damage per hit with the Brave Axe, and in my attempts to dogpile Eliwood with all my units, only Mark and Squall were left standing, and that left me sorely unprepared for the final battle with Snarky Joe. So knowing how impractical it is to train up the team, I saw only one other option. Put every single resource into Mark so that he's so overpowered that everything in Part 2 becomes trivialized. To accomplish this, I had to sell everyone's equipment in Part 1 and buy as many Nosferatu tomes as I could. The submission was no longer about learning to train your team with your creativity and cunning, but instead about dolefully training up one character and leaving everyone else beside to more or less act as extra inventory space. By the time I was ready to beat Part 2, every movement I was making in Part 1 became so mechanical that the challenge becomes entirely about me maintaining my attention span long enough so that my eyes didn't glaze over and cause me to make a fatal mistake. But even when things were finally set in place for Part 2, that wasn't enough. In this winning run, you'll see that I got so many Nosferatu tomes that I had to put some on Nino to carry them all. However, Nino was left in an extremely unsafe spot, but I needed her to reach Mark and resupply him. I could only do this by using Mark's rescue staff to put her next to him, and that put Mark and Nino both in the range of numerous wyverns who had the potential to kill them. It's possible that I had enough Nosferatu tomes to finish the submission, but given how long it was taking, I wasn't willing to take the chance. It was only through save state abuse and RNG rigging that I was able to salvage Nino's inventory and potentially the winning run. Now, some of you might wonder if I missed something. I wouldn't be surprised if I did, but listen closely to this. Excluding the 2 short breaks I took while recording this submission took me roughly 10 hours to complete it. Given the circumstances, I'm sure you'll all understand why I chose not to experiment further. Now, with all that said and done, I still consider this submission to be of high quality, so I don't think it should be completely disqualified from the contest. Thus, I'm going to propose a revision of the rules that will render submissions such as this ineligible for certain awards, but eligible for others. Of course, right now, I don't have anything set in stone, but soon enough, I will, so look forward to it. With the new rules, my hope is that people who have put a lot of effort into their submissions can still get the recognition they deserve. And with that said, thank you Alusq for your hard work, thank you for entering the contest. Sorry things turned out the way they did, but fret not, you're still in the running. Good luck. Alright, this submission's done. Hex skips. And we are done. Oh, that's a Zelda CDI reference. A new Joe. Oh, it's so deep. Yes, true. Yeah, you're probably... I'm tired too. It's 10:54 p.m. I've been playing this submission for pretty much the whole day, aside from the 2 breaks I took to eat pizza and to hang out with my little brother Dylan and older brother Evil Egg Waffle. You're still alive? Royal Picnic? Am I royalty? Why am I pressing the space key? Evil Lynn? And Marky Joe from Fire Emblem. Okay. I need someone to review my FE hack. He needs to be someone who won't cut me slack. It's Marky Joe, he's arrived from his golden chariot, and down he walks the road browsing. What the hell, you got Marky Joe? These ambush bombs just don't do it for me. In this map I should be caught by 3.